Time to film like every single storyteller YouTuber that I know and that I follow.
And that I'm dating.
Hopefulness is definitely the word I would use to describe my January. For everyone watching this,
hopefully you're watching this when it goes up on February 1st.
but if not today, while I'm filming, it is January 31st. Now, I have been on the side of TikTok where every single person loves to journal their feelings. But for me, because I make YouTube videos, I wanted to have a video journal. So I wanted to go ahead and reflect on what this past month looked like for me and different aspects of answering these 5 simple prompts. So let's talk about January. Number 1, what changed this month? Besides
My blonde hair.
for the start of this year, I walked into the year feeling different. And maybe it's because it's the year of the rabbit, and being 1/16th Chinese, I'll take what I can get. Or maybe it's the first time in my life that I finally feel like I have somewhat of a clean slate to really understand what I aspire to be and to understand what my real dreams are. After moving out of my childhood home yet again, I found myself in such a familiar place, my college hometown, with my brother and one of my childhood best friends. With this clean slate and this healing heart, I decided that this would be the best time for me to go ahead and reconnect socially with the world. And I haven't been doing that because I've been very isolated for the last couple months, so I thought, why not start now? So I have been able to hit up a couple of my homies who also came from my hometown, but I also connected with new people, new faces, as well as my close friend circle. And I finally got back into a rhythm of posting, which has been very, very absent from my channel this past year, with the exception of Vlogmas and my Singmas and my holiday series. If you're very curious as to what I was up to in December, I would definitely go ahead and check that out here. Number 2, what was my highlight of the month? For me, reconnecting with old and new friends definitely has been the highlight of my month. And I say this because a lot of time has passed since I have been able to reconnect socially with a lot of them. And I feel like it's such a nice feeling when you get to sit down with people that you grew up with, people that you went to school with, and you have such a new mindset. You have a new slate of experiences that you got to experience without them present in your life at the time. And it's so fun to share that with one another because you get to see how much each of you has grown as individuals and as as people. It hit different when I was able to reconnect with my friends from back home, reconnect with people who I only knew through others, and also connect with my close friend circle because we haven't had that time together in a while. Number 3, what can I improve on from this past month? For me, a lot of my dreams have been tied with self-doubt and fear of things not working out, and it's held back my creativity when it comes to doing things that I like. My photography, graphic design, making videos, and really sustaining an environment that I'm able to freely thrive in. And I've been trying very hard to talk myself out of self-doubt, and it's it's hard. But I can see the difference definitely within like my last video where I was incorporating a lot of the stuff that I usually do on my iPad with my video, as well as talk about things that I love, things that bring me joy, things that excite me. So I really hope that I can bring more of that into February, especially into a lot of the videos and a lot of the things I put out. Number 4, do you have any lingering thoughts? I do. And I want to become a person who doesn't have lingering thoughts or regrets. But for me, since moving back from the West Coast, I've definitely had my fair share of what if thoughts and a lot of dreams actually as of lately, where I think about what my life would have been if things had turned out differently. And it's because it just makes me sad sometimes. It's definitely not a path that is closed off for me, especially living on the West Coast, because I love the diversity there, I love the weather there, and I would love to go back. But I have to remember that it was just more of the timing of how my year played out as to why I am back home. While it's an unanswered storyline, I feel like I need to tell myself that it's an answered storyline for now. because it's gonna help me understand where my path is supposed to take me. And because of that, I've adapted this notion of letting the world take me where it needs me. And if I find myself there again, then I'll know the answer to all the plot lines I wish I had answers for. But for now, I was supposed to come back to the East Coast, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out why. And the last question: what are my goals going into the next month? So as my For You page has definitely reminded me on every single video,
stop letting the fear of looking stupid hold you back.
And again, it ties back into breaking free from the self-doubt that I've held in my abilities to chase my dreams up until here. Committing to be a friend is my next goal. Now, I know that this is definitely a childhood thing as to why every single time I feel like my life is going south, I need to self-isolate. But I've learned through a lot of these new interactions that I've had with my friends that where I feel like I am weak, my friendships nourish that part of me. Going into the next month with the commitment of being the friend to follow up, being the friend to make plans, being the friend to connect, being the friend to be vulnerable will definitely help nourish those parts where I lack. Number 3, exploring new hobbies and learning new skills while I'm in my adult gap year. Because as I've learned from this YouTuber that I started watching, Michelle Kare, you can never have too many experiences. And again, also just exploring in my creativity, which is my last goal. Because I know I have it in me. And it's the same belief that pushed me to making this channel, that pushed me into uploading my first video, and that I continue to share through my life experiences online in hopes, again, that it touches somebody out there who might feel like they're in the exact same shoes that I am. So, after all of this, thank you all for being here, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Can we talk about this lighting? Because upgrades.